I asked Tim the same question last week. You and Tim are the only coaches left from not really the original staff. What's your secret to survival and sticking around for something? I mean, this is a nomadic business.
Well, first of all, most coaches have opportunities every year. If you like the kids you're coaching, you like the people you're working with, you like the place you're staying, then, why leave? I mean, when you get to the stage of the game where Tim and I are, you don't leave for money. You do things because you love where you are. The other thing is, you got to know who to please. You do the kind of job that Pat likes, and you have the opportunity to stay. So there's no real secret. Just do a good job. You have the opportunity to stay if you want to stay. If you do a good job, you will have some opportunities to leave. But if you like where you are and you like the people you're around, why leave?
What's he like to work for compared to some other bosses you've had?
Well, every boss is different. He's different than George Welsh, and he's different than John Bunny. He's different than Dabo. And I'm, again, at the stage of the game where I am, I just do my job. I don't let things bother me that may bother other people. He gets honest, like he does, like every head coach. And I've been around places where people take it personal. It's a job. You do a job, you get it done right, and you normally don't have many issues.
What can you say about Izzy so far, 4 weeks in here, and obviously didn't get as many carries as maybe anyone would like against Western Michigan, but how you think he's progressed?
He's making good progress. Coming into the season, there were really high expectations from him, and really the kid had only gone through, one spring, and he had the COVID year, and he was injured a couple of times, and he was behind the learning curve a little bit. But he's making really good progress. One of the things that was the biggest concern of ours, and really in regard to Izzy, was being able to identify who he has in pass protection and then actually block him. And he's done a fantastic job with that.
How's Rodney Hammond's learning curve, picking things up?
Rodney's a smart guy. He's ahead of the learning curve as a true freshman. He's serious. He's into football, and he has pretty good conceptual learning.
Has he earned himself maybe, what he did in the second half last week, maybe a more significant role going forward?
It's game by game, what we're doing, what he's good at and where we are in the game. To say he's earned more, he did a good job, did a fantastic job. But you got to keep it in perspective. That was New Hampshire. We're playing Georgia Tech. So everyone's excited he did a good job, but we'll see where it goes from this point forward.
Well, when you mentioned that because it wasn't New Hampshire, how do you judge success in a game like that as opposed to that you might see against a Georgia Tech?
How he executed.
I meant the group as a whole, not just.
Same way. How they executed, how their effort was, how their technique was. So they all got check marks for that. It's still things we got to improve on. Probably things that you wouldn't notice sitting in the stands, but where we can rewind the tape and dissect things. There's still things we need to get better at.
Andre, what's Vincent's role in this group?
You need to be more specific.
What's Vincent's role in this three? Like, do you still see him as a potential lead back? Like,
Vince is our starting tailback. And then again, if we get in the game and Izzy gets hot, Izzy will get more. If Rodney gets hot, that's what we'll play. But one thing you can't put a price tag on is experience. Vince has seen a lot more snaps than those other two guys. So sometimes in a game, things happen that you just didn't quite draw it up that way. And because he's seen it so many times, he's able to adjust and be able to come back to the sideline and tell you, hey, this is what I saw. The guy did this, so I adjusted here. And those other guys can't quite do that yet.
Does what he did against Georgia Tech last year play anything into his role this week?
It's funny you talking about that. I talked to them about this morning because I've been in this league so long that, 1996, we played a heck of a ball game down there, and I was coaching a guy named Tiki Barber. And Tiki made some comments in the paper prior to the game that he probably shouldn't have, and it fired Georgia Tech up, actually. They beat us 13-10 or something like that. But the point is, Tiki played a heck of a game. He put the team on his back. He played hard. He did what we needed to do to win. We came up a little short. So what he did last year was last year. It really has no bearing on this year. When he gets his plays, he needs to go in and execute. He needs to go in and play hard and give us a chance to win. That's all we ask any of our kids to do.
How is your run defense different than it was last year?
Well, they're playing a different defense. They're playing a different defense. Obviously, they've gotten better. They're a year older. They're a year stronger. Just like a typical Georgia Tech defense, they're playing hard. And anytime you go against a different defense, I mean, no one plays this defense in this league. There's some adjustments that have to be made. And so, we're trying to work out the kinks, trying to get a hat on the hat, get a seam, protect the quarterback. And, it's going to take a little bit.
When you have, one of the best scoring offenses in the country overall, as the running backs coach, do you take solace and say, hey, great, we're scoring a lot of points, or do you look at that rushing total and be like, oh, we need to be doing more?
I look at the other total. It says win. And if you're going to win, you got to score points. This team is built different than the team we had in 2016, where we huddled, played slow, had shifts, had motions. That's different. We're playing fast, all right, trying to tire the defense out, trying to catch when they're not lined up. And sure, I'd like to run the ball 50, 60 times a game, all right, but we can run the ball 50, 60 times a game and score 14 points. Then everybody will be mad because we're not scoring enough points. Our job on offense is to score points. If the other team scores 30, we got to find a way to score 31. If they score 40, we got to score 41. The more we can score, the more heat it takes off the defense. So the only thing I'm concerned with is scoring points and winning.
Like you said before, it was just New Hampshire, but all three of the backs that you guys used the most averaged over 5 yards per carry. It seemed like the running game was able to kick into gear a lot faster in this game than against UMass, which is another opponent that you guys figure that you control better than maybe a Georgia Tech. Is there something still to glean off of that success?
Well, you have to also consider the defense we're playing. How many yards do we throw against UMass? Because they had all those guys around the box. If we got 5 blockers and they got 6 defenders, then we have the advantage somewhere else. So, we're trying to, put ourselves in the best position to score. Some defenses are going to they're going to give us the opportunity to run the ball more. Some are going to give us the chance to throw the ball more. So, again, I'm looking at that column that says win, and that's really the only column that matters.
Andre, what do you think of your place kickers and punter after 4 weeks?
We had to bring that up, huh? Obviously, our extra points seem to be not good, right? We've missed 4 extra points. I don't think I've been around kickers that missed 4 extra points in a career. But the good news is none of those extra points have hurt us, and we're 3 for 3 on field goals. So hopefully we can keep that up. We want to get every point we can get, and obviously, we're trying to take something off one guy, let another guy do it, just to take a little pressure off of them. Didn't quite work out the way we drew it up, but it didn't hurt us, and hopefully we can be better as we go forward.
How are they handling it mentally, the kickers? The fact that they missed the extra point. Is it
Probably not good. I don't ask them how they're handling it mentally. I tell them exactly what I think, and I'll leave it at that. How's that? I think you could kick an extra point, Terry. Probably.